Welcome to the Transcendence 15 guide. Let's get into it. The left gate includes the Gaia Behemoths. The Lufinia orb will increase when they take magic brave damage and you need a green crystal character. The right gate features the Sergeant Imps. The orb appears at the start of the quest, it will cancel at below 80% HP and it will reappear at 50% HP. No condition is there to increase it and you need a red crystal character for this gate. The middle gate includes the Disaster Beast. This fight is a little bit interesting as you need to get the HP down in a certain number of turns, 69% in 20 turns, 29% in 40 turns, and to kill them in 60 turns, with the overall turn count being 40. They will use Sundering Claws Plus when the turn count is at 21, and if the HP is not below 70% HP, they will inflict Confuse for 10 turns. Then afterwards, the HP can be lowered to 60% once they are below 70% HP. Once they are below 70% HP, they will inflict an order in which your max HP of your party will be lowered greatly. The bosses will use Heavenly Roar Plus, which is a guaranteed AoE Brave, Piercing and AoE HP Piercing attack. Bosses will remove all debuffs, including the framed ones. At this point, the HP can now go to below 50% once they reach below 60% HP. They will then cancel the lowered HP effect. At this point, their HP can now be lowered to below 30% HP once they are below 50% HP. They will use Sundering Claws Plus when the turn count is at 41 and if the HP is not below 30% HP. However, when they do get below 30% HP, the bosses will heal themselves to 48% and it is triggered individually, and they'll also lower your max HP again. And then again, they will use Sundering Claws Plus when the turn count is at 61. Now we can focus on the Force Gauge. Their force time lasts for 10 turns. The ability changes based on active buffs on the enemy. 12 or more buffs, they will use Destructive Comet. This will deal fixed brave damage and increases the enemy brave based on HP damage dealt. Destructive Comet Plus, however, removes all buffs including framed ones and inflicts Confuse for 10 turns. You don't want this to happen. You have to use a magic FR ability and the bosses must have several debuffs to cancel the effect. In my run, shown here, you can see that I do have one debuff on the enemy and I use Sid Rain's FR, so at least if they have one or even more debuffs, you should be fine and you can just use a magic FR ability to cancel their force time or to stop their Force Gauge effects. Since you have to get the boss's HP down in a certain amount of turns, the DPS units you can use are as follows: Vaan, Sid Rains, Neon, Kurasame, Noctis, Core, Cloud of Darkness, Seda, Edgar, and Balthea. When it comes to healers, you can use Aerith. She is very good for this tier as she can prevent the bosses from buffing themselves, and you can use Rem, or if you don't want to go for Rem, you can use Aerith. Here are a few team comps that you can use as listed here. Vaan's rework is rather small. Flight to Freedom, granted from the EX, now has attack up by 30%, Brave regen by 30% of initial Brave, HP damage up by 50%, Brave damage up by 50%, Stolen Max Brave Overflow up by 30%, and Gain Max Brave Overflow up by 30%. The buff granted from his FR, Mist, has free ability use, attack up by 30%, HP damage up by 20%, Brave does not drop to below 20% of max Brave, and it deals additional fixed HP damage on HP attacks by 10% of current max Brave cap up. His BT effect also gains a small rework. He now has max Brave cap up by 50%, Party Brave does not drop below 50% of max Brave, Party Brave damage up by 20%, Party Brave damage cap up by 20%, Party Brave gains up by 20%, Party HP damage up by 20%, and Party Max Brave cap up by 30%. Rem also gains a rework with this event. Devoted Heart, granted from Cure, grants attack up by 40%, HP damage up by 30%, Party attack up by 40%, Party HP regen by 10% of max HP, and Party Brave damage up by 30%. Rem's HP attack plus increases Brave by 100% of own attack, allows for 120% gain max Brave overflow. It is a magic HP attack, increases Brave by 30% of HP damage dealt. It is a 4-hit Brave and 3-hit HP attack. Brave potency of 80% per hit, allows for 180% stolen max Brave overflow, increases Brave by 30% of HP damage dealt after each HP attack except the last one, and it increases Party Brave by 50% of HP damage dealt. Her EX ability, Siphon Delta, becomes a 3 hit brave and full 4 hit HP attack, brave potency of 120% per hit, allows for 150% stolen max brave overflow, increases brave by 50% of HP damage dealt after each HP attack, it heals the party HP by 80% of HP damage dealt, and it also recovers 100% of HP that is recovered in excess to be added to the target's brave. It also grants Siphon for 1 turn and grants attack up for 5 turns. Her LD ability gets 1 use. It grants Absorb Magic for 10 turns, increases Brave by 30% of own max Brave. It is a 4 hit Brave and split 4 hit HP attack. Brave potency of 120% per hit, increases Brave damage to single targets by 60%, allows for 200% stolen max Brave overflow, increases Brave by 50% of HP damage dealt after each HP attack except the last one, increases Brave by 20% of HP damage dealt. It increases the ability use of Cure and swap turns by 1, and it grants a free ability use for the party for 1 turn. The HP attack, Siphon Sphere, increases Brave by 30% of own max Brave. It is a 4 hit Brave and split 4 hit HP attack. Brave potency of 120% per hit, increases Brave damage to single targets by 60%, allows for 200% stolen max Brave overflow, increases Brave by 50% of HP damage dealt after each HP attack except the last one, increases party Brave by 20% of HP damage dealt, increases ally whose turn is next by 30% of HP damage dealt in terms of the Brave, and it grants magical projection on the ally whose turn is next for 1 turn. Rem also gets a force weapon, and her force ability is called Resonance Holy. Her partner is Rosa. The HP damage will go up by doing the following: 20% after any party member turn when the party grants Brave to an ally, 20% after Rem's own turn when she herself grants Brave to an ally, and 40% when party Brave is above 20% after their turn. Rem's burst weapon is called the Orichalcum, and it grants the BT effect Twin Blades of Inherited Will for 6 turns. It also grants the party immortality, party Brave damage cap up by 20%, party HP damage up by 20%, party max Brave cap up by 30%, party Brave gains up by 50%, the party converts 100% of excess HP heals to Brave, party after every attack increases Brave by 50% of holders max Brave, and the party will heal by 100% of max HP when the BT effect expires. As to my thoughts on this tier, it is very interesting considering that you have to get the HP down in a certain number of turns. Be sure to bring the units that can do the damage. In my run, I use Sid Reigns, Aerith and Core. If you are going to use Aerith here, she does help a lot as she can prevent them from gaining buffs, and it will help when it comes to the force gauge too. In terms of Rem, I do think that Rem is a very interesting character in terms of a rework, and I do think that the BT effect is a great one too, albeit her animation is the worst one in my opinion. Either way, the fight itself does have a few challenges, especially when the HP gets down to below 30% and then they heal back up again. Be sure to have the damage required to take these things down. Other than that, you should have no problem with this, provided you do have the damage again. Then again, it's okay, it's not a bad tier, and it is the second last tier of Transcendence. I do hope that this guide has helped you, and if you enjoyed the video, you can give it a like. But other than that, goodbye and good luck.